The last goodbye. Rachel met James when she was still naive, believing love could solve anything. He was everything she wanted, kind, funny, and easy to talk to. She thought he was perfect, and for a while, he made her feel like she was too. They spent endless hours talking about dreams, fears, and everything in between. It was the kind of love she thought would last forever. But time reveals things you don't want to see. The cracks started small. James wasn't as present as he used to be. He'd cancel plans, not answer calls, and seemed distant. But Rachel pushed it aside. After all, relationships aren't perfect, right? They go through phases. Then came the day he admitted he wasn't in love with her anymore. He didn't have anyone else, he said. He just didn't feel the same. The words hit her harder than she could have imagined, like a punch to the stomach that knocked all the air out of her lungs. She wanted to fight for them, but she could see in his eyes it was already too late. "Maybe we've just grown apart," he said. "I'm sorry." The weight of those words crushed her. For a while she couldn't breathe, couldn't think. How could someone who had been her world just stop caring? How could all their plans, all their promises, crumble so easily? But life doesn't stop when your heart breaks. And neither did James's. He moved on quickly, finding someone new, someone who didn't carry the weight of his past. Rachel, on the other hand, struggled. The girl who once believed in forever now questioned everything. She spent nights crying in silence, drowning in memories, in what-ifs, in the love that was never enough. Months passed. Rachel tried to move forward, to heal. But it felt like everything she touched turned to dust. The love she had once felt sure of was now a hollow ache that never fully left. She saw James around, laughing with his new girlfriend. The sight like salt on an open wound. They looked happy. He looked happy. And she was still broken. One night she stood at the edge of her bed, holding the same photo from a vacation they'd taken together. She traced the edges, wishing she could go back to that moment when everything seemed perfect. But time had already passed, and what was once there was gone. She knew deep down. It wasn't just James who had left, it was the person she used to be, the girl who believed in a love that could conquer everything. She didn't know how to love herself again, didn't know how to forgive herself for staying too long, for ignoring the signs. The final goodbye wasn't the day James left, it was the day she realized she had already lost herself. And in that quiet, painful moment, Rachel understood that some things, some people, are meant to slip through your fingers, no matter how tightly you hold on. The hardest part was accepting that. By blunt perspectives,